Well, I didn't expect that to happen. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I did not watch a lick of this game nor last game because that's how much I'm sick and tired of the Los Angeles Clippers and the bullshit that they continue to spew through their organization. You know, you can go search this channel, probably go, or actually go to my main channel and go find the video where I was super hyped about Kawhi and Paul George getting here. I think we all were as Clipper fans. All were hyped, thinking we had a chance. This was going to be our moment where we get at least a chip. I wish I could go back in time, tell 2019-year-old myself before I went off to college, or realistically before anything happened in college, right? And told myself, don't get hyped for this shit because they're going to let you down. The hope, if I can stop sneezing, I had back in 2019, that shit's been long gone. The Clippers lose tonight to the Dallas Mavericks, who are just as equally as bad as they are, and they fall to 5-15. It's no joke. They're one of the worst teams in the league. But if you watch the first couple of games this season, that's all you need to know. This team doesn't play with no heart. This team plays with no urgency. It doesn't play with an instinct to kill. Their quarters have been their problem. I didn't watch the game, but what I can see from damn near, you know, the fucking box score, we in the first half, 28 points, outgained the Mavericks. In the third and fourth quarter, we had 27 points, and the Mavericks had 34 and 31 points respectively in those individual quarters. This team gets off to the start right mindset in the first half. And then it's like they go into fucking halftime. They get on their fucking cell phones and they start tweeting or they start looking at what people are saying, and then they presumably go out and piss down their fucking legs. Oh no, this is explicit content. Do not show your child. Do not show your children this video. I'm going off today. Tonight, we're having a party. These guys have commanding leads in the first half. Last night against the Grizzlies, 16-point lead going into halftime. They pissed that shit down their fucking leg. The same thing happens here. They have a nice lead going into halftime, and they crap that down their freaking leg too, and they let the freaking Mavericks just go all crazy on them. The story of the tale is they can get through the first half. They get through the first half, and then when they get to the second half, boom, game over. They lose focus in the third quarter. And when you lose the third quarter, you're not setting yourself up in a good position to go win this game and put yourself in a good position for the fourth quarter. What can you attribute that to? Age? Yes. Coaching? Yes. Roster construction? Yes. No urgency? Yes. Players not stepping up, doing their job, playing? Yes. Everything above. This team is horse shit. In all my years as a Clipper fan, I started being a Clipper fan from 2010 when we first got Blake Griffin, and that first season of Blake Griffin was not a good year. I don't remember it vividly because I was a kid at that time. but it was not a good year. Chris Paul, when he first got here, changed it all. And this was under the corrupt Donald Sterling and his racist ass. There was a fucking standard. And if the standard wasn't met, there will be consequences. I've not seen this team play that fucking bad, that uninspiring. Never. I said 2023 was the worst season of this damn era. 2025, this season is topping that by a mile, by a landslide, by everything you can even talk about. This is god awful. They have no heart out there. They have no urgency out there to go out there and win games. You're led by a damn deadbeat head coach who's a dead man walking in that building. He again today talked about to the media, look, man, we got to keep it going. I still have belief. Saying comments like that in the press conference tells me one thing. You know it's up. You know the jig is up. You ain't got nothing left in your bag of tricks that you can pull out of your hat and magically change this around. It's over. It's cooked. The season's done. It's over. That's a dead man walking. When he said those comments, quote, let me find the comments. Let me find the comment, bro. Hold on. Let me find this bullshit. We got to stay with it. We got to play better. Dead man walking. And I exactly tweeted that too. It's cooked. I can only laugh. I can only laugh. Dead man walking right there. Tyronn Lue. Guess what? His shit ain't working. But see, that's what happens. That's what happens when you come out game one against Utah and you have absolutely no urgency to want to go have your players prepared to play to go beat a Utah Jazz team because Utah Jazz are playing guys 6 feet and higher, and your dumbass is not starting the guy you traded for in John Collins. Your dumbass has to experiment for the next few games so you make the change. Your dumbass is the same idiot that said Kawhi, James Harden, and Bradley Beal are our three best players on our team. I thought it was Zubac. Did you not watch what Zubac did last year? No, 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 no. Bradley Beal is our third best player. Bradley Beal, an injury-prone loser who's played losing basketball for the Washington Wizards for years. He went to the Suns and they became losers. And what do? You bring the loser in to try to replace some scoring from Norman Powell. Yeah, we don't want to start the guy we actually traded for, Norman Powell. And on that topic, he's been god awful since he started. He's been terrible. John Collins has been probably one of, if not the biggest disappointment I've seen. Now we're really looking like dumbasses. Maybe we should have just ran the same exact team back. We had 50 plus. We had 50 wins. We had 50 wins. We should have just ran this exact same team back and just said, fuck it. We took Denver to 7 games. Boom. Let's run this team back again and at least still be competitive. No, we got to make changes within the margins because it wasn't good enough. And look, I'll admit, yes, I clamored for the fact that, you know what, hey, if you make the trade for John Collins, I think that's a good trade. I'm wrong on that. I think fans who were wanting John Collins were wrong about that. Yes, I'm looking at you, my friend, too, DJ. We're all wrong. John Collins has been atrocious all season long. Maybe we just might need to move him back to the bench. And if he plays better from the bench, that is what it is. It's insane that he's playing the way he's playing, but you can maybe attribute that to coaching. There is no offensive philosophy. The coach has no philosophy. Again, it's like I said in one of my other videos. These are the three philosophies. Chuck up threes, ISO ball, or freaking small ball. Those are the three philosophies. And I don't think he really tried no, philosophy number three because he doesn't want to. He finally realized he has to stop playing Brook Lopez because Brook Lopez is a fucking liability out there. Plain and simple. This team is terrible. Team is awful. Trash. I didn't watch this game. And I see Clipper fans talking about they didn't even play Kawhi an extra 30 minutes, 30 seconds. They still got this cat on minutes restriction. Your fucking season is on the line. Every single game you go out there, your season is on the line. You want to have any hope at trying to make something worth something out of this season? Why are you giving Kawhi Leonard a damn minutes restriction right now? You tell him it's full go and there is no minutes restriction. Full go. You got to play 40 to get us to win a damn game. Play him 40 minutes. And if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. That's the card you're dealt with because you just wanted to keep relying on an injury-prone loser himself too. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. We can't even play this guy 30 seconds because, oh, we got to stick to the minutes restriction. If he gets over the minutes restriction, he's going to get hurt again. And this is why you see why I continue to say every single week, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on these videos, whether it's on whatever, in person in the stadium, this is why I say, blow it up. There's nothing to gain from this. Why be competitive or quote unquote competitive and you can't even win a damn game? You can't beat one of the worst teams in the league in the Dallas Mavericks. And this is, mind you, they kicked out half their starter. They ain't got Daniel Gafford playing. Lively wasn't playing. AD wasn't playing, and you lost to that team. So, for people who continue to tell me we can't blow it up, Cam Free 15, you're a fucking dumbass. We can't blow it up. We ain't got no picks, and we can't hand OKC a top three pick. Why? You want to know why? Because we're a bad team with these players, with Kawhi and James on the team. So guess what? Either way, we're in a lose-lose situation. So blow it up, trade these losers for some capital, something, and I don't know, do something with it. You make your changes. New GM, new coach, new everything. I get hired as the new president of basketball operations. First thing I'm doing is I'm bringing Kawhi and James into my office and telling them, guys, we suck this year. We're trading you. And I don't care where we trade you, and I don't care whether you like it or not. We're going to get the best available deal, and if a team's going to offer us the best available deal, we're taking it, wherever you go. And you're going to have to like it. You can go ask for a buyout later if you don't like being there. That's what management needs to do. New management needs to come in the building, straight up tell it to their face, we're trading you. You go up to Ballmer's desk, office, and you tell him, hey, boss man, this ship is sinking. No point in continuously trying to run this operation back. Because guess what? All it's going to is a very bad demise. You're going to have a bad team for a few years. Suck it up. The fans can endure bad seasons because they've dealt with it in the past and they want change. So the plan is, guess what? We'll suck. We may suck. We don't know. Maybe we'll be like the 2018 team 2018, 2019 team where we were competitive. And you found a way to get an ace seed, and God have mercy, you challenged the unstoppable Warriors and pushed them to 6 games. But Ballmer's too afraid that if we are a bad team, we'll lose interest. There won't be people going to the building. Damn that. You're worth how many? Who cares? Who cares? You're a bad team, and the more you prod out that product, the more the fans are not going to believe in it. There's already fans on social media already now just accepting the fact that, yeah, we're not good. It's only a matter of time before people don't show up. There's only so much you can do. Why should I pay crazy amount of money for a season ticket plan and go watch these guys weekly? I don't have a season ticket plan. But for people in the swell, people in the wall who have season tickets, why should I continue to watch the bum ass Clippers be trash with this current product they have on the court with these quote unquote players that can make them competitive? Why? They're wasting their time. Wasting their time. Why make the drive out to Inglewood? It's bad enough it's not downtown LA. It's Inglewood. That's by LAX. That's by SoFi. And you want people to waste all this money to drive out to Inglewood just to go watch the Clippers? Watch this team? They can't even win a game. The same Dallas Mavericks team we had to take to double overtime just to win. And that was without Kawhi. We had nuclear James Harden having to will us to win this game. This time, we can't even beat these guys without some of their best players on the playing. You let Cooper Flag go off. He's a good player, but shit, you let him go off. Like, what the hell? This is a bad team. This is a bad team. And I would highly request Clipper fans stop paying attention to these bums. Call them out. Call them out for their BS. I was listening to my boy Dime Dropper. I saw a tweet. I saw a clip. One Clipper fan had a poster that says, "Lock up Lawrence Frank." He waved that sign, I guess the wall leader, KC, whatever this fucking guy's name is. He pressed him about it. Now I wish Julio, which was the Clippers fan's name, I wish he stood up to dude and told him, no, I'm going to voice my opinion. I'm a Clippers fan, and I don't like the product that I got. So I bought these season tickets. I have the right to be here. You can't kick me out. You can't take my season tickets away. You want to kick me out the building? Kick me out the building. But I want to make it known to the organization. I do not support this product. Paying crazy amount of money to watch this trash team, watch a team that won 50 games the prior season come out and be unserious. Absolute joke. And if the Clippers want to, quote unquote, basically limit the voices of the fans, you're never for the fans. That only tells me, Ballmer, all the shit you said about the fans is a bull-faced lie. Bull-faced lie. How you love the fans. How you're doing this for the fans. How you built into a dome for the fans. If that's all the case, the fans should be able to voice their opinion, and you should not be getting butthurt about that. And if there is any talking heads in that organization, whether they watch this video or not, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. For me, who's a passionate Clipper fan, I do not support the product on the court. And I don't care. I would tell the Steve Ballmer's face. I tell the Ty Lue's face. I tell the Lauren Frank's face. All of y'all need to be gone. I tell Steve Ballmer to his face directly. You need to fire Ty Lue and you need to fire Lawrence Frank. I don't care what faith you have in these clowns. Fire these assholes. because they set your organization back decades. And the fact that the Clippers want to silence people on the fan base pisses me off. It's giving me Los Angeles and Angels of Anaheim for people who get triggered, but Anaheim Angels vibes with Artie Moreno and their ownership, where you can't even bring a sell the team shirt up in there and they'll tell you to take it off. You can't voice your opinion. That's the same type of behavior where I'm seeing on the Jumbotron on Calling All Angels. He's on there, and then the whole stadium erupts in booze because we hate Artie Moreno. And what do you do the next day? Boom. You get them off. You take them off the freaking Calling All Angels tribute video. The same exact crap where a few years ago, the Angels always had their post-game booth outside Angel Stadium under the hats. And fans behind were chanting, "Sell the team, sell the team, sell the team." And what did the Angels do? They started holding their post-game, show in Angel Stadium when fans have to leave because Artie Moreno, the owner, did not like the fans saying that he needs to sell the team. Basically, the Angels, from what I'm telling everybody, is turning into a dictator-like mindset. They are a dictator's type of run, a communist-like ran organization. You can't speak ill will of head honcho, of Artie Moreno, because if you do, you'll lose your job, or you're just going to get catch out of the stadium, and you can't come back. They'll ban you. So the Clippers are going to turn into that. I have no respect for the Clippers. I have no love for the Clippers if they're going to respect that. And I made this tweet today. I literally said, ever since we went after the 2021 Western Conference Finals run, there was something in that organization that changed. Something in that organization changed. I don't know what. I don't know why. But after 2021, after we made the Western Conference Finals, something in that organization changed. The employees in that building, the front office dudes in that building, the coaching staff in that building, they got cocky. They got a full head of themselves. They thought they were hot shit. And they thought, all we got to do is we got to get Kawhi and Paul George back and we'll be good. That's why they did not take the season seriously like they did in the first year, 2-1-3, and then the redemption year in 2021. That's why they never tried to go get a top three seed. That's why they changed his mindset. We don't need a top three seed. We just need to get into the dance and we'll be good. We got the guys. But the last few champions in the NBA not only have been young teams, but they've been top three seeds. My boy Dime Dropper says it all the time in his videos, in his tweets. You get yourself a higher percentage of chance. You lock yourself to chance to win a championship if you get that top three seed. And after 2021, the Clippers stopped caring about getting a top three seed and caring about the regular season. All it was, we just got to get to the dance and we have any chance. And along the way, they made the playoffs. And along the way, number two got hurt. And he got hurt again. And he got hurt again. And he got hurt again. And then in 2025, last season, you lose in 7 games, and number two was fully healthy, and he played an abysmal playoff series outside of game 2. That should have been the sign to blow it up. That should have been a sign. But no, we can't. We don't want to admit we were wrong. We don't want to admit we lost the trade to OKC. This team should have blew this whole operation up after 2023. That disgusting 2023 season, that's when you should have blew it up. You should have traded Kawhi. You should have traded Paul George. You should have traded any of these assets you had for any fucking capital. Get something back. But no. You doubled down by trading for James Harden, giving another first round pick away, as if it's candy from a candy store. Like you had already won a championship. Like you thought you were Stan Kroenke in the Rams, where they said, F them picks, F them picks. You ain't won shit. So why are we trading away first round picks and mortgaging our future so you can try to buy yourself a championship? Because you're still in your own head ass, dumbass, ignorant ways thinking that number two can lead you to the promised land. Number two is unreliable. Number two doesn't care. He's not vocal. Number two is the same guy. He could have chose to come here. All we needed is him, but he had to demand he needed a second star. And that's why I say I don't understand why he just didn't go the LeBron route like LeBron did with the Lakers first year. Deal with 1 year of this incompetence shit, and then you make your moves the next season. I just made a mention that 2018-2019 team, before we got Kawhi, they took the Warriors 6 games, the KD Warriors, the super team Warriors to 6 games in a playoff series. And if they had won any of their games on home at home, that series is going 7 games. And number two was not convinced by the current team that was built in place for him that they could take on that they could take on or go to a championship. We just needed him to come. He was the piece that would help us get over the top. And if we needed to make any more moves, we would make some moves. But that was the piece. But he wasn't convinced. And I think the Clippers fell for his bluff. Still to this day, I think he was pulling a bluff. He wanted to come here. I don't think he was going back to Toronto. And nor do I think he was going to team up with LeBron. I think he was going to come here. You had to play his bluff. And if he didn't come here, well, then so be it. You tell him, fuck off. Thank you. Guess what? We set this whole stage for you. You want to go elsewhere? Don't worry. We'll go find a way to go get another star player and we'll show your ass up. And when we go win a championship, your ass will be over here wondering, I should have went to the Clippers. Steve Ballmer, he's got some, you know, Steve Ballmer, I'm watching you, big dog. You've done a lot of great things for this organization. A lot of great things. But I'm watching you now, big dog. I'm watching you now. Because now you're on fraud alert. Now I'm questioning you as an owner, a capable and good owner. I'm watching you. Are you going to finally have the balls, the cojones, to make the necessary changes that need to happen? And we know what these changes need to happen. Look, is it going to fix the problem? No, it's not. No, it's not. I think I said this in the last Clipper video I made. This is a systematic problem. It starts from the top with the owner, then to the player personnel roster constructor guy, aka your president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, then the coaching, then the players. It's a systematic issue. When you don't have ownership that is holding his other contemporaries, his employees accountable, you get what you get from what you see on the court. By Steve Ballmer not holding Lawrence Frank accountable, Lawrence Frank is willing and openly going out there, risking the future of this organization, this team, because he's trying to make moves within the margin. He's trying to make moves and effort to save his job because he knows tick, 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 tick. Your clock is ticking and your time is up. Because you know This operation is cooked, and you're trying to find any way to try to hide and patch things up. The Clippers have a gaping hole. And throughout the course of the year, after 2022, or really after 2023, during 2023, actually, you saw you had a backup big problem. You saw you still had a point guard issue. In 2023, you let Isaiah Hartenstein, your best backup center you've had in this entire tenure, outside of Montrezl Harrell, and maybe in a case, Serge Ibaka. Isaiah Hartenstein was the last quality backup big we actually had that was good. Because you gave the mid-level exception to dumbass John Wall. Hartenstein said he would have taken the mid-level exception. The Clippers had offered it to him. But you decided to do that. And that's when the cracks in the foundation happened. That's when the cracks began to show, and that is when the jig was up with this team. That was when the jig was up with Lawrence Frank. He bent his ass over, took it up the ass like a bitch, and bent over and begged while number 2 and number 13 were begging, "Oh, please, Lawrence, we need a point guard. We need a point guard. We can't ball handle. We need John Wall. Please get us John Wall, please." All right. I know we need a backup center, but I'll go get you your point guard. Even though the season before, we have okay point guard and Reggie Jackson. Albeit we gave you Rondo. Oh, Kawhi. We had a point guard, but you didn't believe in him. 2023. That was the start of the cracks breaking of the foundation. And you saw over the course of 2023, 2024, 2025, now going into 2026, there's a gaping hole. Your president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, he tried to patch things up. You know, when you have a leakage, right, in your pipes, you know you just need that pipes fixed and you need a new pipe, right? But no, 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 no. No, we don't need a new pipe. I'm going to patch this shit up. I'm going to put band-aids on it. You put band-aids, you put tape, duct tape. You try to patch it up the best way you can. But still, there's water leaking. You patch it up, but then in 5 days, you see water leaking. You try to patch it up with more tape. Making moves for James Harden. Or trying to patch it up. Getting Russell Westbrook. Because number 13, after having a bad game, begged to the media. Begged and pleaded, "Please bring in my best friend. Please bring my best friend in. He can help us. Bring in my best friend." Then you make the trade for James Harden the following season to try to fix that gaping hole because there was a gaping hole. The gaping hole was 2-1-3 wasn't working. It was time to move on. No, we got to put another band-aid on this. We got to wrap the pipes up with more tape. Let's go trade and give up more draft capital for number uno, James Harden. In the short term, that's fine. But now, year 3 of James Harden, it's not working. And now there's a big gaping hole. Again, patchwork, going back to last year. You traded away all these guys at the deadline because, we need to tie-proof this roster. And then going into next offseason, looking at it, oh, we didn't really like, but we love Norm, but we need a power forward. Yeah, we need a power forward. We sure as hell did. That was something you neglected because thought Kawhi can play the four when he can't. There's more wear and tear on those knees. And your dumbasses trade away Norman Powell, your high prolific scorer, for John Collins that is doing nothing. And now what we have here is the gaping hole finally pushed away, the tape, the band-aids, and the Clippers keep coming out here, whether it's the players or the coach, continue to try to say, we're staying the ship, we're riding the ship. And they're only saying that because they know it's cooked as much as it is. They know it's over. They know how bad this team is. And the gaping hole, now your bathroom is flooded. Your bathroom is flooded because all the moves in the past Lawrence Frank has made, every single move he's made since 2021, really starting in 2023, with letting Isaiah Hart walk for free so he can get John Wall. It's catching up with his ass. Fine, I was okay fine trading for John Collins. And then we go out there and we go sign Brook Lopez. An old dude. We go out there and we go get Chris Paul. Love Chris Paul. He's an old guy. And there's a reason why he's going to retire at the end of the season. He ain't it. You go out there and you go sign old ass injury prone Bradley Beal. Lawrence Frank continues to say after every season, yeah, I get it. Media asked him the question, are you going to get younger? Lawrence Frank every single year says, yes, I 100% understand that question. And yes, we do need to get younger. We do need to get younger. Well, then why don't you do that? Why don't you stand by the words that you say you're going to do? This cat, this clown says we need to get younger every single fucking year. We need to improve the roster and we need to get younger. And guess what? He goes out there and he signs guys double of a young player. He goes out there and he's the same idiot that's signing Brook Lopez, who's getting no playtime as of late, because guess what? He sucks defensively because he's old and he can't move. And the only thing he can do is shoot spot up threes. Outside of that, he can't do nothing. Yet, our president of basketball operations keep coming out and saying, we need to get younger. We need to get younger. He's lying because he doesn't want to get younger. Because you want to know why? He gets it from the coach. I can't work with young guys. I can't work with young guys. There's a reason why Ty Lue got fired in Cleveland. He didn't want to work with young guys because he does not vibe with young guys. He doesn't want to live with young guys' mistakes. He only wants old dudes he can trust. 2023, when we had to tie-proof the roster, and Lawrence Frank had to come in and finally tell Ty Lue to his face, bitch, play Terrence Mann more. Give him more minutes than Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris. And Ty Lue did that. But the problem is he was butthurt by it because he had to give his precious sacrifice talk to Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris. And clearly, those two didn't take too kindly to it. And clearly, those two's egos got in the way. I'll talk about the coach in a second. There was friction. There was beef. They didn't see eye to eye. I still, to this day, do not believe Lawrence Frank and Ty Lue see eye to eye. Do I blame? If I'm Ty Lue, I'd be pissed at freaking Lawrence Frank. Why are you giving me old guys to work with? Why are you giving me guys that can't even move? Why are you giving me guys like this? There was always a beef there after 2023. I said it then. You should have fired one of these clowns. Whether it was Lawrence Frank or Ty Lue. Preferably both, but if there's beef there and there's no connection there, you fire one of them. What did the Denver Nuggets do? Look what the Denver Nuggets did this past season. They saw there was beef between their GM and their head coach and Mike Malone, and I forgot who their GM name was. And what did they do? They fired the both of them and said, no, no, no. We're not going to have our GM and our head coach not aligned on the plan and arguing and everything. We're not standing for that. Both of you are gone. And they got a new GM and um they got what's his face to go coach the team. Sorry if I forgot his name. The current Denver Nuggets head coach. David Adelman. They got David Adelman to take up the reins and be the coach. Plain and simple. That's what the Clippers should have did. They should have fired Steve Ballmer. Should have said, "Oh, you guys are having beef? No, no, no. We're not gonna have. We're not gonna have a whole come to Jesus. Let's agree moment. Let's have a talk it out session and get back on the same track. No, you fire both of them because that's what the right boss does. You see any turmoil, you see any argumentation, you see any beef between your employees, you fire them. In the sports world, you fire people because you can't tell them go their own sort of way because everything's a collaboration. Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank have to talk with each other about how the roster is going and how the team looks. And if they're beefing, you fire both of them. They got a problem with each other. Because guess what? Why should I trust if you couldn't agree to be on the same wavelength as your coach, or you couldn't agree to be on the same wavelength as the GM or player personnel guy, why should I trust for the next guy? I'm just gonna fire both of you. Lawrence Frank has been here for years. Let me look up how long Lawrence Frank has been in the Clippers organization. Let's see. Lawrence Frank has been with the Clippers since 2014 when he was an assistant coach and he became the president of basketball operations in 2017. He's been the head honcho running the roster construction for over a decade. Or well, he's been in this organization for over a decade. He's been basketball president operations for about 5 years. In 2 more years, it'll be 10 years. Or actually, yeah, around no, around that range. Like 7 years. He's been here for 7 years. And in 2 years, that will basically make it a decade. And what has he proven to continue to stay here? To continue to be president of basketball operations, continues to even be employed by the Clippers. He's been here for over a decade. What has he shown you that is so great, that is so warrant of being the guy that is building the roster? One Western Conference Finals appearance. Everything else, first or second round exits. He has done nothing to help this team improve. When he drafts players just to draft him. He doesn't go into the scouting and he doesn't tell his scouts to go analyze and get the best talent that can help us right now. His best draft pick has obviously been Shea Gilders-Alexander, and the next best has been Terrence Mann. Since then, nothing. You have some maybe potential gems in there with Kobe Sanders and Cam Christie, but we don't get enough play time because the coach don't play young guys. Lawrence Frank should be fired. He's been here for over a decade. Steve Ballmer, it's time to cut the cord. Fire him. And he basically did this. He traded away pieces from a 50-win team last year. And now look at you. You can't even win a game. You can barely get to win a 6 game. You're 5-15. This is the roster this dude built. An old roster and trying to patch up holes. And you go trade for John Collins, for Norman Powell, and John Collins is not even living up to half the shit that Norman Powell is doing. I would have just brought the same team back, let Norm walk in free agency next year. But see, if only the coach in game 4 didn't put a small guard lineup out there on that last possession in game 4 against the dang Nuggets, then this never would have happened. Maybe it's a different story. And let's get to that idiotic. Let's get to that idiotic T word. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean by the T word. I ain't saying this on YouTube because you know what? I'm not saying it because I'm not trying to get this channel in trouble. Tyronn Lue. This guy's applauded as some great coach. He's not. He's a fraud. The only reason why he's propped as a great coach is because LeBron had an insane 3-1 series comeback. I don't care what anybody says. It's over. This coach needs to go too. The coach has his own share of problems. He's not serious. He takes the regular season as if it's a joke. And he half-asses his way through the regular season because he lives by that mantra, we just got to get into the dance. He does not hold his players accountable. He plays politics. He plays favorites. Just the other day before we played the Lakers, he talked about, well, you see, I don't really play these other guys because, hey, if they're making 1 million, well, they're not going to get any minutes over the guy that's making 400 million. But coach, what if said 400 million players playing like dog shit? No, 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 no. We can't know. He's got to play. So you're telling me this is the same coach that does not look at the play on the court. He accepts the play on the court. So you're playing bad. He will accept it because you're making a crazy amount of money over a player that may be hungry, looking to get an opportunity on the court and prove to you, I belong in this league. Give me a chance, coach. And he doesn't do it. And he kills their confidence because he's always fucking with them. Cam Christie was playing in the rotation, and then all of a sudden, he's out of the rotation. He's nowhere to be seen, and he plays here and there. How is he going to get in any rhythm? How is he going to get better if you keep playing him for a game, and then you sit him out the next 10 games, only to play him in 1 game, and then you sit him back out for another 10 games? How are we going to get him to play better? How are we going to have him hit his potential? He won't get better if he's sitting on the bench. He won't get better if you play him 1 game and you match him up against probably a great player, because that's what I've been seeing is like he's making Cam Christie or Kobe Sanders guard their best opposing best player. And of course they're going to get cooked because they're young dudes. Setting them up to fail. And that's what messes with their confidence. We saw it time and time again with Luke Kennard and Terrence Mann. He would bench these guys if they just want to take a 3. Why you as a coach have to keep ingraining in their head, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. And guess what? You keep playing them. You don't sit them out and sit them in and sit them out and whatever. And you don't freaking play them for like 5 minutes. They make a mistake, you take them back out. That affects their confidence. That makes it where they feel they got to go out there and play damn near perfect ball. And when you think you got to play perfect, you don't play perfect. That's what the head coach does. He plays favorites. We've seen during the course of the 2-1-3 era, he plays favorites. He had favorites for guys like Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris. And when, like I mentioned earlier, when Lawrence Frank had to come down from his office and tell him, you need to play Terrence Mann more, he's giving us more juice. Stop playing Reggie. Stop playing Marcus. Cut their minutes. I'm not asking you can't play them, but cut their minutes. Tyronn Lue didn't like it. And again, as a head coach, you're supposed to be managing the egos, right? And he can't even do that because guess what? He's afraid of his reputation going in the gutter from a player saying, yeah, Ty Lue sucks because he benched me. I'm getting paid all this money and he benched me, telling me I had to sacrifice. Ty, you're under contract too. The performance on the court is a reflection of you. So I don't give a damn if a guy is upset at you because you told him you got to get benched. If they can't handle it, you go to Lawrence Frank's office and you say, go find a trade partner or go cut them, please. That's being maniacal. That's being a head coach. You don't let your players bitch you out. You bitch them out. And you tell them you're not playing because you haven't been playing good. And you need a sacrifice. And if you don't like it, I'll go up to Mr. Frank's office and we can either find a trade partner for you or we can just cut you. Lawrence Frank not taking the regular season seriously, needing a sample size of 10 games to figure out the rotation. He didn't take that first game seriously because he wasn't starting John Collins. And he knew damn well they're playing a big lineup against the Jazz. Nope, not going to do that. This is the same coach in the playoff series. He needed 2 games to adjust before making any serious adjustments. And because of it, you're already down 0-2, putting more pressure on your team to try to come back because your ass can't freaking adjust after 1 game. I need 2 games to adjust. I need 2 games to know what I'm doing out there. This coach is an absolute moron. I already made a mention he has no offensive philosophy. That offensive philosophy is garbage. And every time we see him go away because he's sick or he's got a family matter he had to attend to, we see an interim coach come in and they do a better damn job than he does. They're more on point with the rotations. They have a philosophy. They have something. Ty Lue comes back, it reverts back to everything. This is the same idiot that said Bradley Beal was one of his 3 best players on his team, completely ignoring Zubac of the job he did last year. The coach needs to be fired. It's been long overdue. He needs to lose his job. And then realistically, the players, they're just not doing their jobs. They're getting paid all this money and they're playing like hot ass. I don't need to say about number one. James Harden arguably has been the best Clipper player out of the 2-1-3 era yet. Better than Kawhi, better than Paul George. You already know my stance about number 2. Fuck him. Fuck him. Mortgage our future for this fucking clown. Fuck him. Most hated Clipper in my book of all time. He should go down even more hated than Elton fucking Brand. mortgaged everything for this guy. And now, guess what? He not only put the Clippers, held the Clippers hostage, and he fucked their future up. He may have just been his dumb move. He may have just changed the landscape of the NBA. But hey, he got what he wanted. Zubac has been terrible. Terrible. Him losing 15 pounds. Not a smart idea, buddy. Not a smart idea. He was a big dude last year, and he dominated last year. Mostly because they gave him the basketball, and he went to work. Zubac is playing what he played when we first got him. Soft, lazy, not giving a crap. Disappointing on him. The fact that he can't even play up to the level he played last year. And I've only seen one game where he actually played like that. And we lost that game. The other players, John Collins, trash. We brought you over here to be the replacement. And you can't hit your shots. All these players can't hit their fucking shot. They can't make a three to save their life. Absolute joke. And that just leads me to the end of this just whole video. Why? Why should I keep supporting this product? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to support this product. I'm not going to waste my time with it. I'm not going to watch. Why watch on a nightly basis when I know the outcome? Why watch when I have no joy watching this team? Why watch this team? Why support this team when this team has stripped my love for this team to nothing? I feel nothing for this team. And until necessary change, and until number two is gone, I will not feel anything. I will not care about this team till number two, till Lawrence Frank and Ty Lue are all gone. I don't feel anything for this team. This team is trash and it pisses me off. I hate them. I'd rather be a bad team with young players, knowing that we ain't got no chance in hell at doing anything, even with no picks, than watch whatever the garbage we're getting now. That's why I keep saying, I don't care. People who say, why blow it up? Because there's nothing. We already have nothing. What's the harm in developing these players? Nothing. You get blown out, fine. It is what it is. That's the bed you made when you decided to trade all those picks for one guy. And you kept trading more picks because you needed to patch those holes for instead of just tearing it all down to the studs. I don't care this about this team. I don't love the Clippers like how I used to love them. They have stripped my joy. They have stripped my happiness. They have stripped every single thing that I love being a Clipper fan about, and they stripped it to nothingness because they don't refuse to change. They won't admit the errors of their way. They just won't change and they just won't strip it down. Just admit we were wrong. Just change it. It's okay. I'm not going to hate you if you just admit we lost the trade. We need to go in a different direction. But they don't want to admit it. They keep stupidly running this shit back every single fucking year. And every single year it gets worse. And now they want to finally see you, the fans, don't have a voice anymore. They don't have a voice. No, we can't allow them to say fire Ty Lue in the building. We can't allow them to bring signs that says fire Lawrence Frank. You're stripping the fans of their joy because you want to be communist Clippers. Because you want to now be what the Angels are. And we're not giving a crap about the fans. We only care about the product. And we're going to be gun-ho straight with the product. You're 5-15. Everything's on the table, should be on the table. Everything should be on the table. Trades for either James Harden and Kawhi Leonard should be on the table. Trades for Zubac on the table. Everybody on this roster is expendable. All of them. Because what do they have left to play? This team is bad. This team is bad. They're all expendable. All of them. They can all get off my team. Kawhi, Harden, Zubac, all of them get off my team. They're all expendable. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Just change it. Do something different. Go in a different direction. Because something, you go in a direction, you pick that direction, and you stick in that direction. I know what direction you're going to, and I know what direction you want to go into for the next era. Stop with this 2-1-3 bullshit. It's over. It's cooked. There's nothing else to freaking live off on. It's been cooked since 2023, and you keep stupidly running it back. I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm not watching another game. I'm not going into a dome. I'm not supporting this product anymore until necessary change happens. And when that change happens, that's when I'll come back. But for the time being, you lost me as a fan. Until the change happens, fuck these teams. And I'm done with them. I'm done. Change needs to happen. Lawrence Frank, fire his ass. Ty Lue, fire him. Get all these guys out the building. They're losers. Sick and tired of this crap. Every single freaking year. Number 2 keeps leading the ship. And guess what? We only get more pain. Laker fans will laugh at me and say, look at this Clipper fan ranting about the Clippers. Why did he become a Clippers fan? Because you want to know why? I loved being a Clipper fan because we're a fucking underdog. We didn't back down from anybody. There was a time in this organization we played with our dudes. We played. And we didn't care who we had. We may know we were going to go down and we were going to fucking lose. But we're going to go out there and we're going to fight. And we're not going to give up. Because guess what? We have heart. We have fucking heart. I'd rather support that than whatever the hell this product is. This product has no heart. It's all bought. It's all store-bought. It's all of a facade. And it's led by number 2. Now I see why the Spurs were happy to get rid of his ass. I'm done. I'm done. I I can't. I can't support this product anymore. I can't. And it pains me to say. I want to go to Chris Paul's bobblehead night. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. No more. I'm done. Until the changes are made, where the changes are made, and until number 2's gone, I can't support this product. I'm not going to watch these guys anymore. I would request Clipper fans do the exact same shit. Don't watch these guys anymore. Don't support these guys anymore. Don't do anything. These dudes don't deserve your time and effort. Because what the Clippers have shown the fans in the past 4 seasons, they don't care about us. They care about making money. They care about the ticket sales. And they just care about fucking politics. And the Clippers want to care about that, and that's their focus. Well, then I won't care about them. Their mindset, that's their mindset. And I know some Clipper fans may not agree with me. That's fine. You can have your own opinion on the team, and you can say, I'm overreacting and shit like that whatsoever. I don't give a fuck. You can say I'm overreacting. You can say I'm being overdramatic. I'm telling you, this is my fucking passion as a fan, and this is what I'm telling you. My joy has been stripped down from this team. I don't want to watch anymore. The joy that I'm getting from the Chicago Bears, because that's my favorite football team, they give me joy because they admitted their mistakes. They admitted they fucked up with the coach. And you know what the Bears did? They fired the head coach. And they got a coach for these players to believe in. These players don't believe in Ty Lue anymore. They don't. The way he talks in the press conference, that tells me. The way the players are talking. I'm looking at some of the clips. Harden's over here rolling his eyes. Zubac over here slumping. Kawhi trying to fucking say whatever he's saying. Coach got no answers. He talked about it before the game, how frustrating this is for him. If it's fucking frustrating for you, dude, just fucking quit. Step down. If it's too much for you to handle, quit. Go to Lawrence Frank's office, tell him I can't take it anymore. Thank you for the opportunity, but I have to step away. And he quits. No shame. I will have no apologies if he steps down and quits. I'll have respect if he steps down and quits. I'm done with this shit. I'm not watching another game this year. I'm not doing anything. So I'll be box score watching. This will for the time being, until change is made, this is the last Clipper video I'll ever make on this channel. Expect Bears videos and expect football shit. I can't talk about the Clippers. The Clippers just I'm done. I'm done. If you checked out this video and you're a Clipper fan, thank you. Hopefully you feel what I'm feeling. And if you are feeling what I'm feeling, we'll get through this. At some point, they're going to have to make change. The more they lose, the more embarrassing they look out there. It only fuels their hand that they got to make the change. Even if it's not on their plan. Plain and simple. If you feel what I feel, put in the comment section. We'll get through this. I believe change will happen because that's the only direction where this whole operation can go. That's the only direction it can go. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. I said what I needed to say. If you don't like what I had to say, I'm just being honest. That's my honest to God 100% feeling. Because I'm just sick and tired of this product that they forced down our throat. I've been sick and tired of this for years. All right. So, if you want to call me a fake fan and fucking say that, oh, you don't want to stick through the fucking tough times, you can't deal with it. There's difference to dealing with a bad team, and and there's something dealing with a bad ignorant team with an organization that just doesn't care. And I wholeheartedly, and I can't believe I'm saying this. The Clippers and ownership just don't care. They don't. They got into the range of the Angels, where they don't care. All they care is making the bottom dollar because they got their fancy new stadium and that's it. And I said last year, once the fancy new stadium allure wears off, what is there? Nothing. Nothing. So you don't have to agree with what I said. You just have to accept that what I said is right. I know my boy Don Dropper will probably make a video talking about how upset he is. He does Locked On Clippers. He has to continue to watch that shit. He has to continue to watch the shit product for Locked On Clippers. I could not do that. If I was the host for Locked On Clippers, I would have to resign because I would tell them I can't watch them. I can't. I'm done.